So here's the setup, there's the attack. Here's the flinch I was talking about. As he's firing back, I'm coming in and I'm protecting my face by winging my right elbow up and then smacking it back down. I drive up into the chin. I take that clockwise turn of my hand, which is going to tweak his wrist, while I step back to 730 with my right leg, and I'm going to kind of wring out like a towel, a wet towel. I'm going to wring out his shoulder, hopefully dislocating the shoulder. Wring that out. From that position, the right hand continues in motion clockwise, and as you can see, I maintain contact, re-grabbing with my left hand around the wrist. I'm then going to palm strike. As you can see, his wrist is jeopardized, straight into that angle, snapping the wrist. Okay? Then I pull the arm to my right hip as I fire a front kick. From that front kick, I will pox out the arm, slap it down with the left, bam, and hit with a rising sun punch. Cross out, step back, on guard. Okay? Let's try this at a different angle. Gift of Destiny. I step in with the right leg. Again, potential knee check there as well. Pop. From there, I pop the chin back up with my elbow, rising up, stepping back to the angle, wrenching out his arm, bam, and then smacking and breaking the wrist. From here, I pull into my right hip as I pop the solar plex shot. I then slap that arm, checking it down, rising sun punch as I land, cross out, step back, on guard. A little faster for you at this angle. From here, 1, 2, 3, break, kick, bam. Cross out, step back, on guard. Sir. Good luck with it, Gift of Destiny.
All right, let's look at this one. This is Gift of Destiny. Pretty good technique. I'm going to come inside with my palm down here, step in and see this move strikes down to try to cancel his height zone and eliminate the lines of entry down below. I strike, step in, and there's my hit to the ribs. Now watch. Pay close attention. Can you come in close right here on the hand right here? When I step back, I'm going to twist the hand and get my hand all the way around to the radius and the ulnar of the two forearm bones so I can help spin them around. Watch again. Come on back up. It's an important thing from here. Watch. I twist in like that. See, now I'm past that point and see how I can take over control and get that hand turned all the way around. Okay? All right, let's look at this one. This is Gift of Destiny. Pretty good technique. I'm going to come inside with my palm down here, step in and see this move strikes down to try to cancel his height zone and eliminate the lines of entry down below. I strike, step in, and there's my hit to the ribs. Now watch. Pay close attention. Can you come in close right here on the hand right here? When I step back, I'm going to twist the hand and get my hand all the way around to the radius and the ulnar of the two forearm bones so I can help spin them around. Watch again. Come on back up. It's an important thing from here. Watch. I twist in like that. See, now I'm past that point and see how I can take over control and get that hand turned all the way around. Okay?
Attack from 12 and 6 o'clock. When the hand comes on your shoulder, drop back with a heel palm to the groin. Guide the punch past you, snap the arm, and hammer fist to the guy behind. Flash a mace across the temple, unwind back knuckle, block the punch from the second man, heel palm, punch, elbow up, turn to a twist stance, double heel palms, kick, and then kick again and cover out.
Mr. Gabe, as he comes in, I block and I strike the elbow. Okay, very important. I look at this as a very dangerous situation. As I'm crossing my own center line, it's hard to get on the other side of this arm in a real practical sense. So I like to get my body off and almost attack with the left, getting this to the side more than I do trying to gather with the right first. So as he comes in, I'm back here. I shoot the leg kick, boom, pox out the arm down, and shoot the eye shot. From that eye shot, I continue over, and I hit the back of the arm as I leap to the zone of obscurity here. From that shot, I kick the knee out, I land forward with an eye scoop, a middle knuckle, and an elbow strike. Cross out, step back on guard. Let's go ahead and take a look at another end. As he comes in, I move off, kick, land, poke, scoop, kick, land, scoop, hit, elbow. Cross out, step back on guard. Okay? We'll do this once a little faster. He comes in, 1, 2, boom, shoot, shoot, bang. South and on guard. Sir, thank you. Take a look at it. study it, and that would be glancing lance. Cheers. Sir. So, Gabe's coming in for the tackle. I shift off the line, I block, and check the neck, strike it, okay? Frictional pull, shift down to the hammer strike. I feel the grab, recognizing that grab attempt, I go ahead and shift, taking advantage of it, into my forward bow. I'm gonna snap the arm here. There's my back fist. Back fist, scoop kick, the groin, landing and spreading them out with the right leg. When I land out of that, I take a chopping punch, right to the jawline there, pop all the way through, cross out, step back on guard. Okay, let's take a look at this at a different angle. As he comes in, move, hit, break. Back fist scoop, land with a strike. Cross out, on guard. Okay, a little slower this time. As he comes in, move off the line, frictional pull that arm, turning him into the strike. So boom, pop. He catches a hold of me, I shift into the forward bow, snapping the arm. Back fist, scoop, and then spread, bam. Cross out, step back, on guard. Broken ram. Have fun with it. So as he comes in for the push, I part and I grab a hold, okay? Now, as he pulls his arms back, I fire the kick, pop. From there, I land forward and continue that circling motion, that left arm under the right arm, as I step to the 1030 with my left, creating a fulcrum. And as you can see, he already wants to fall. So I'm gonna flip him over, stepping back with my right leg, and then pull up on him, exposing the target. I knee the back of the head, and cross out, step back under. Okay, let's take a look at this at another one. As he comes in, I block, grab a hold. He pulls, fire, land, shift, circle. He flips over, step back with the right, pull up, throw the knee. Cross out, and step back under. So that's called twist of fate. Not easy, especially doing it without a human being, but practice the motion, outline it for yourself, and when we get back into the dojo, we'll help you out. Cheers. Sir. So, as he steps in with his left, I step off the line, taking my body off the line of fire. Putting the hands with it, parry, parry, back fist. When the back fist hits, that's when the right leg should settle. So again, he comes in, 1, 2, 3. From that shot, in that reaction, I go up the circle with the left and catch him with a fitted heel palm to the mandible. So I'm catching the edge of the jaw right there. And I'm going to turn his head with that shot. As his head is being turned, I go ahead and release that right chop. So I'm playing pinball with the head, striking to the side, and then I go ahead and finish him off with a scoop kick to the groin and a rake to the eyes, using the left as a brace to the back of the neck, back of the body here, crossing out, step back, on guard. Let's go ahead and take a look at that from another angle. As he comes in, parry, parry, hit, strike, chop, hook, and out. Okay, the timing of the beginning, very important not to freeze here. The minute I hit with that back fist, I have to then immediately fire the chop, the heel palm. Because I want to react and I want to create a train-like explosive impact there where his head is meeting my heel palm. So again, 1, 2, 3, hit, catch, and finish. All right, sir? Thank you. That's circling destruction. Sir? So as the attack comes in, I have to recover from that. I use my crashing wings to try to break open the grab, and if that's not working, I have my spiraling twigs tool. I notice that when I sit down and try to recover, that leg is vulnerable, so I take advantage and I grab it and pull it up. Grabbing a hold of the Achilles and the blade of the foot, cradling the foot, because this is a snap. We're going to definitely do some damage to the knee and the ankle here. Now, once he starts to feel that pressure and starts to rise up, I kick across the face with the hook, landing into my twist stance and dropping my knee into the groin. Now I'm just going to simply roll him over, staying put pretty much, just pivoting in place as I roll over into a forward bow. And I want to keep that pressure nice and tight up against his groin area. Now from here, you see how he's pushing up. I'm going to use that shovel kick and kick right up in between his armpit and arm there. He pushes up again, and I'm kneeling on his coccyx. I want to keep him on the ground. I grab a hold, and I bow his body. Now I'm going to release the leg as I snap the spine with the stomp. I release the arm as I cross out, stomping on the wrist, cross out, step back, unguard. Sir? And that would be a nice slow breakdown of a pretty cool technique, squatting sacrifice. So take a look at it and explore, and good luck. Cheers.
Leg. So now, once you squat down, grab. Okay, you go on both hands, monkey grip. Okay, and you could use inside your thigh, but what you're doing, you're going to sit on the knee as you pull the leg up. Okay, now we're grabbing the toes. Watch I grab it. Okay, this way. So what you want to do is get these toes to point towards the ground and get the heel to point towards the ceiling. At the same time, once you do that, if there's pressure over the knee and the head comes up, once you grab, you kick across. See, so when you shoot, right there, plant and step close to his ribs. Okay, step close to his ribs. So when you drop into that closed kneel, you're checking his body, and your knee wants to, you want to line it up inside his thigh. So what happened is, when I shoot the toe down, pull the heel up to dislocate the ankle, I want his leg to just roll over my thigh right here as I'm turning him. And you see how that hip is tilted up? And I'm pushing with a forward roll. So I'm using my shin against his groin, pushing. Now from here I could re-grab and go under the ankle. See that? Now we work our kick to the ribs. Plant, drop the knee on the lower back. I could grab the wrist, pull. Okay, at this point it's kind of like you want to put your boots on. Okay, so when you're here, okay, you scoop the groin and then boom, heel stomp the lower back, and you could cross out. You could heel stomp the elbow, switch stance to trap. Now I see, boom, right there. Catch that arm this way, all the way back. So I'm just doing it slow. And then you could slice knife edge, stump the head, cross out. Okay.
So as he comes in, here's that moment that, oh, I made a mistake. I use that inward parry, which leaves me very vulnerable to this next move there. So I have to work with that. Maybe I even get clipped. That's something we can play with in the what if phase. So as he comes in, 1, 2, there's that next block here. I'm in a forward bow, okay? From this position, I launch off my left leg, kicking him in his thigh or his femoral artery inside me of that left leg and poking his arm. Bam. From that shot there, I box out that arm down, slapping it down, checking, and then striking down into solar plexus with that elbow. I have my windshield wiper eye slice. When I come back the other way, I shoot the chop, boom, right into the throat, cross out, step back, unguard. Okay, let's give that a try on the other side. And I'll give you the variation this time. A small little variation that some people resort to, and it's really not wrong. It's just not the textbook of the windshield wiper. Okay, so as he comes in, 1, 2, kick, land, strike. Now here's that variation. Instead of going up and over, we can always, once we strike here, go over, down and over. So we go down and then shoot back up with that next strike. Back on guard. Okay? So one time, closer to speed. Comes in, 1, 2, up, land, and bam, right out. Okay? Sir? And that would be, what is it, Mr. Gabe?
Protecting fans.
That's it. It's one of those fans, protecting fans.
The next technique is called protecting fans. Now, when we're talking about fans, we're talking about the hands are moving like in a parrying motion, but it's a fanning motion, and that's where it gets its name. It's a counter for a left-right punch. Rick, let me use Rick on here. We're going to use this angle here as 12 o'clock. Rick's going to step in with a left punch, and I'm going to parry with this hand, all right? The bottom hand is going to cut off this line of entry for a moment because I'm left open. Right from here, Rick's going to come in with a straight right, and then I'm going to do an extended outward block. Now it's important that when you do this technique that you move straight up the circle at this point, and as the punch comes towards my face, keep punching, you redirect it, all right? You're canceling his width at this point, and you're canceling his height and depth. If he tries to punch, go ahead, Rick. It's not going to work through that. Now you need to pivot, though, into a left forward bow. Okay, let's take it again. Shoot. 1, 2. Let's do it again. A little faster. Right from there, we're going to kick and grab and poke to the eye at this point. Check the arm down, step into a right neutral bow, and execute a right inward elbow. The sternum or the solar plexus. Rake the right eye, and then as I rake the left eye, I'm going to chop the throat and scoop out at the same time. Okay, let's take it again. Go. All right, you're totally dominating your opponent on this. Now I'm going to do it slow again. Parry. Parry again. I want this parry to give you an option. I'll show you what I mean. You can add this. First move. As I come up, I can also snap the elbow, which will probably raise him up on his toes. And you have another eye hook if you need it there, whatever. But those options are open to you as you move. Okay? Thank you, Rick.
So Sensei Gabe grabs me. I do not want this to happen. All of a sudden, I don't react. I've got about 8 to 10 seconds before the grab, the choke actually puts me out. So I don't want to faint, don't want to be put to sleep. So to check this out, if my chin is aligned, this is where the danger comes in. My chin is aligned with his elbow, that would be bad for me. That means his bicep has one side of my artery, one side of the neck, the forearm has the other. That wouldn't give me very much time. So, release for a second. As the hand is coming around, I want to immediately try to catch it before that happens. So I'm trying to catch it in, again, ideal phase is the hand wants to grab the smallest part of the arm, which would be the wrist. So this is the position here. I grab as he's trying to go ahead, choke, and I immediately step out and fire my first shot. Second shot, hammer. As I C-step around, I catch him with a back fist, and I'm going to try to catch that knee on the outside of the knee. So as I plant that foot on the back end of his leg, I'm going to try to push into the knee, giving me some space for the back fist, and then drop in for the hammer strikes. I grab a hold of the face, I peel the face back. Notice how I'm really staying away from the mouth with the fingers. Okay, I have my pointer finger along his nose, and then obviously the eyes are getting gouged with my middle finger and other fingers. The thumb can be placed on the bottom side of the mouth. My right leg will then shift in place, adjust, as I hit him with the heel palm strike. Now, depending on the target showing, right now I got a good roundhouse knee to the groin. If for some reason this leg turns that way, I can always go onto the side of the leg. Just giving you a couple of different variations there. So I pull back, forward bow, heel palm, knee, cross out, step back on guard. Okay, one more time for you. Broken down. Grab, elbow, hammer. Back fist, double hammers. Grab, pull, heel palm, knee. Cross out, step back on guard. Escape from death. Obscure calls. Gabe pulls my right shoulder. I step with it and catch him with that first tiger's rake. Okay, again, I hit him with a second tiger's rake, and then the right hand curves up underneath his arm, locking the wing. My left hand will stay checking as I step to the 45-degree angle. Here, taking him along with me. Immediately after that step, my left leg steps forward, catching him with the inverted back fist, playing pinball with the face or the head, boom, and then immediately popping him up with the forward bow heel palm. From the forward bow heel palm, that opens up my last target, which for me, at this dojo, I like to go directly into the throat with the middle knuckle strike, cross out, step back, on guard. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at this, opening up the angle. So as Gabe pulls, 1, 2, step, boom, hit, catch, strike back. cross out, step back, on guard. All right, so that's obscure claws. Timing is extremely important, just like any other technique. This one's a little more sophisticated. Time the first claw with the right leg. Boom. Then the second claw immediately follows. Pop. I then shift my torso to the 45 as I catch the arm with that uppercut motion, and I step. Boom. When I step with that, I follow it up with my next left foot stepping with this shot here. Then I pivot on my legs to a forward bow, palm strike, shifting forward into a middle knuckle strike. Cross out, step back, on guard. So practice that timing there. Eventually, let it unravel. We have 1, 2, 3, pop, pop, pop. Okay? Cheers. Obscure claws. So as he comes in, I meet the attack with an attack. I'm stepping into this one. I'm going to block high with the right arm below the elbow and with the left arm above the elbow. Okay? See how that tiger's claw is catching the face. Now, I'm going to immediately shift from that neutral stance to a forward bow, giving me some structure there, a bracing angle. So as it comes in, here, there's my forward bow. This catches and rips across the face as I shift into my neutral, taking this arm with it. Boom. Okay? Now from that arm slap down, this is continuing in motion, and it's going to be timed as this slaps by his side, this hits the groin. I grab a hold and pull him in to a back fist to the face. Okay, let's try that again. Go. So he comes in, 1, 2, and then 3, which is the very quick back fist as I pull and push with the back fist. Okay, let's try this from another angle. Okay, as he comes in, I block, strike with the inverted tiger's claw, slap down to the groin, and then as I pull, I strike back to the face. Okay, last time, full speed. He comes in, we have 1, 2, 3. And from here, I can go on to my counter strike. Sir. Okay, and that's called circles of protection. Okay. So, Heavenly Ascent. He's grabbing. I take my right hand, clasp my left hand. I use this wedge, stepping directly into his center line, really smothering him with this first oncoming strike. I always say that if my elbow can touch his chest plate, it will guide itself and find the chin. So I go pretty deep with this step. I shoot up, catching the elbow, dropping back down onto the chest plate, putting some weight into his body. I then go from that point of origin, catching him with the temple shot, the tiger's rake, and then the leopard's paw to the throat, cross out, and step back on guard. Okay? Let's go ahead and switch places. Give you one variation, more textbook variation of this. Original way I learned it was come up, slam back down. I then roll the back fist onto the bridge of the nose, breaking down the face, and then catching the middle of the throat with the leopard's paw. I personally like to open up that target and catch that artery, which is just as good of a striking target for this particular strike. Okay? That would be crossing out, step back, on guard. Okay, so key here is to slip that elbow in, attack the attack with a very smothering step. Okay, that's called Heavenly Ascent. Sir, thank you so much, and cheers. So let's go ahead and come over here. He's coming in, I'm stepping off the line. Okay, then I add my defense, inward parry, and my offense, which is the stopper, and that's the heel pop. Pop, right up to the chin. I pop him up into the chin, get him up on his heels. Okay, now, I find that I need to make an adjustment step here. You may or may not, depending on the reaction. Maybe he flies back a couple inches. In this case, I caught him right on his heels. My right leg may have to just zip in just a little bit so that I have a nice solid point of impact for that flapping elbow into that closed kneel stance. Now my tiger's claw will drop to the groin, sending him down further, bump him a little bit just to keep him down there as I shift back with my right leg, hinging and pushing forward. Now I have the groin shot with the left leg as I cat up, kick the groin, kick the knee, cross out, step back, on guard. Sure. That would be called brushing the storm. Work with it, it's a great little technique. And hit those stances. Right leg, left leg, tiger's claw, hinge around, snap kick, land, knife edge. Okay? So take a look at that. Enjoy it. Good luck. As he comes in, block, strike, knee, knee, stomp, cross out, step back, on guard. And like I said before, I mentioned this, if for some reason, as I'm here, he falls back from there, I pull out my longer weapon and a kick, maybe roundhouse, boom, and then cross out on guard. So great little exploration, cool little practical technique, and that's called menacing twirl. Good luck. So, sir, let's give this a try. So as he comes in, I step off the line and I parry, shaping that punch. I want to change the height, so just in case that punch changed its orbit, I have the ability to come up and around it. Got it? So from that position, I go bam, and I hit the bicep with that hammer strike, and I really settle into this stance, rebounding and shooting into the neck for another fabric softener. Grab a hold of the shoulder, take control of the arm, and hug him in here as I step forward with the right leg, doing that back to front switch, stepping around, slamming him into the wall. Taking advantage of that nice bracing angle of a forward bow, I release the knee, boom to the groin, and land back in with the elbow shot to the face. Keeping my left hand checking, I do a front to back switch, left foot meets the right foot, stepping back in, boom, using the base behind him to strike him with a nice solid chest breaker, heel palm to the solar plexus, cyclic process, cross out, step back, on guard. Okay, let's take a look at that once at speed. Okay, he comes in, pop, step in, slam him, hit, strike, and back. Cross out on guard. All right, so that would be taming the mace.
Right round kick. From a right neutral bow, cut across the circle, bringing you closer to the center line of your opponent. Right vertical punch to the face, follow with a right kick to the groin and a left punch to the solar plexus from a forward bow. Clear the arm out of the way and drop a right forearm strike to the base of the neck and cover out.
So cross choke. Just a quick explanation of this. Come on a little closer. If you notice, my left arm is going to fit. Let's turn around for the camera. My left arm's forearm is going to fit right here as I grab back. This is a complementing angle, and I'm basically stopping. Go ahead and try to pull in, sir. I'm stopping that elbow's action there by pressing in and anchoring my elbow. That's a very important concept here that we're exploring. So I'm anchoring here, trying to stop any extra added choking tension there. I'm going to step off the line with the right leg, affecting the elbow joint here, and then striking up into the face with my vertical punch. Immediately shifting in place to that uppercut, replacing my left arm with my right, and striking low. Now that can rebound right off into the face there as I clear the arms with a waiter's check underneath, striking up, raking across, taking that left leg behind me, and striking back into the kidney with that hammer strike, really settling in. Rebounding off, back fisting, making sure that left stays checked, cross out, step back on guard. Okay? Let's do that one more time, a little more at speed. So from here, I grab, step, hit, strike, up, strike, and back. Cross out, step back on guard. Sir? And that's cross of death. So as he comes in, I stop the oncoming attack with a left foot forward position. I continue shifting my body and torso, borrowing the force. Now, very important, I don't want to release and detach contact here from my hands and the opponent's arm. I want to stay with it here. So I let this travel, opening my hands up, and my thumbs will be facing each other. So my right hand's just going to open up and grab the top of his fist, and my left is open, grabbing the bottom, controlling the fist, locking it into place so he can't drop the weapon. I continue this motion, borrowing the force, striking them with it, hitting that forward bow position, and then continuing to the 45-degree angle as I disarm, taking the weapon, yank the arm as I step back to the 45, and settle with a downward strike to the back of the elbow. Then I ricochet into the back of the cerebellum with the strikes, and then side of the knee. Okay? Let's take a look at this from a different angle. As he comes in, lock. I redirect, shifting my torso, borrowing the energy and force, striking him back. Traveling to the 45, grabbing the weapon, settling with the strike to the back of the head and to the knee. Okay? That's capturing the storm. The key here, the timing, the minute you stop, you shift, you borrow, you transition, step, pop, pop, and then bam. So practice that. A lot easier on a real live human being, but work on that footwork at home. Capturing the storm. Cheers. Sir. So whether it's a push and then a punch, bam, and I got tagged, so I end up falling on the ground. I catch the groin with the side kick. Again, notice how my right leg is not out here. I'm protecting the groin area just in case it's vulnerable there. From that position, I slice across the face with my crescent kick, I get up on the knees, and I fire my back kick. I take the left leg, plant it underneath me, and get back up on my feet on guard. Okay? And that's the basic breakdown of a pretty simple concept, encounter with danger. Now you can take that crescent kick, by the way, and also explore a second side kick. Sometimes you need to adapt to the scenario, so I've seen that where you take kick, kick, and then they come back and go to back kick as well. So good luck with it, explore it, and that would be called encounter with danger. Cheers. So as he's coming in, I'm facing this direction. I catch the oncoming attack in my side vision here. I double factor. I grab a hold, I step back and pull, he pulls back. I launch the knife edge kick to the back of the knee. You see how it's spinning my attacker into the oncoming elbow. Cross out, step back, on guard. Okay, let's try this again. A little faster, closer to at speed. He comes in, I shoot, pull, he pulls, kick, and elbow. Cross out, step back, on guard. Sure. That's Kneel of Compulsion.